Level 1. The broke dreamer. You are broke. Not the kind of broke people joke about online. The real kind. The kind where you check your bank account before buying lunch. The kind where unexpected expenses feel like emergencies. You are 24 years old, working a job that pays the bills but does nothing for your ambitions. Every morning feels exactly the same. You wake up, go to work, sit through meetings you don't care about, come home exhausted, and wonder if this is what the rest of your life is supposed to look like. Your friends seem satisfied with normal life. Your coworkers are focused on promotions, but you can't shake the feeling that you're meant to build something bigger. Every night, while everyone else is relaxing, you're watching interviews of successful entrepreneurs, studying billionaires, and trying to understand how ordinary people build extraordinary lives. The problem is that nobody believes in you yet. Not investors, not customers, not even some of your closest friends. To them, you're just another person with a dream and an internet connection. You've tried ideas before. Most failed. Some never made a single dollar. Every failure made you question yourself, but somehow you keep going. Deep down, you believe there's a different future waiting for you, if you can just find the right opportunity. So while the world sleeps, you keep learning. You keep building. You keep taking notes. You keep chasing possibilities that nobody else can see. Right now, you have no money, no business, and no success story. All you have is belief. And whether that belief turns into a billion-dollar empire or another failed attempt is something nobody knows yet, including you. Level 2. The side hustler. One day, something changes. Not your bank account, not your lifestyle, your mindset. Instead of spending all your time learning, you finally decide to start building. You launch your first real side hustle. It isn't perfect. The website looks average. The product isn't revolutionary. The marketing is weak. But for the first time, you have something real. Then it happens. Your phone vibrates. Someone you've never met buys what you're selling. The amount is small. So small that most people wouldn't care. But to you, it feels like winning the lottery. Because that sale proves something important. A stranger exchanged their hard-earned money for something you created. Suddenly, the dream doesn't feel impossible anymore. Now you're obsessed. Every morning starts with checking sales. Every lunch break becomes a brainstorming session. Every evening turns into another work shift. While your friends are watching movies and scrolling social media, you're answering customer emails, fixing problems, and searching for ways to grow. The business isn't making enough money to change your life yet, but it's making enough to change your belief. For the first time, you can see a path forward. It's still blurry. It's still risky. Most people around you think you're working too hard for too little reward. Maybe they're right, but they don't see what you see. They see a side hustle making a few dollars. You see the beginning of something much bigger. And for the first time in your life, the future feels closer than ever before. Level 3. The founder. The side hustle is no longer just a side hustle. It's becoming a real business. Customers are coming in regularly. And for the first time, the money feels consistent. Not enough to make you rich, but enough to make you think. Every day you're faced with bigger decisions. Should you quit your job? Should you hire help? Should you take a risk and invest everything back into the business? The pressure is growing, but so is your confidence. Then comes the moment you've been thinking about for years. You decide to bet on yourself. The business still isn't guaranteed to succeed, but it's growing too fast to ignore. Some people call you brave. Others call you reckless. The truth is, you're a little of both. For the first time, your future is no longer in someone else's hands. It's in yours. Level 4. The millionaire. Years of hard work are finally starting to show. The business is growing faster than ever. Customers keep coming back. And the numbers you've dreamed about for so long are becoming reality. Then one day, you look at your net worth and realize you've crossed a milestone that once felt impossible. $1 million. You expected fireworks, excitement, some magical feeling that would change everything. Instead, you sit there in silence. Because although your bank account has changed, you're still the same person who started with nothing. The difference is that the world sees you differently now. Investors return your calls. Business opportunities appear everywhere. People who once doubted you suddenly become interested in your success. But with bigger success comes bigger pressure. More employees depend on you. Bigger decisions carry bigger consequences. You've achieved what most people only dream about. Yet deep down you know this is not the finish line. It's only the beginning of a much larger game. Level 5. The multimillionaire. The business has become bigger than you ever imagined. What started as an idea on a laptop is now a company with employees, offices, and customers around the world. Money is no longer your biggest problem. Time is. Every day is filled with meetings, decisions, and responsibilities. The stakes are higher now. A bad choice doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone who works for you. The rewards are incredible. You buy the house you once dreamed about. You drive the car that used to hang on your bedroom wall as a poster. People treat you differently now. Some admire you. Some envy you. Some suddenly want to be your friend. But the strangest part is realizing that success doesn't feel the way you expected. The excitement fades faster than you thought it would. As soon as you reach one goal, your mind creates a bigger one. Because at this level, you're no longer chasing money. You're chasing something much harder to satisfy: ambition. Level 6, the billionaire. Then it happens. The number you've spent years chasing finally appears on the screen. $1 billion. A milestone so large that most people can barely imagine it. News outlets write articles about you. Business magazines want interviews. Investors, politicians, and industry leaders suddenly know your name. The world treats you differently now because your decisions can influence entire markets. Not just your own life. But reaching $1 billion doesn't solve every problem. In many ways, it creates new ones. Every move you make is watched. Every success becomes a headline. Every mistake becomes a bigger headline. The pressure is unlike anything you've experienced before. People think being a billionaire means freedom, but they rarely see the responsibility that comes with it. At this level, you're no longer playing to survive. You're playing to leave a mark on the world. And that's a much harder game to win. Level 7, the legend. At some point, the money stops mattering. Not because it isn't useful, but because you've already won that game. The private jets, the mansions, the investments, the companies, they're all just numbers now. What matters is legacy. New entrepreneurs study your journey. The same way you once studied successful billionaires. Business schools teach the decisions you made. Young founders quote your advice. Entire industries have been shaped by the companies you built. One day, you think back to the person you used to be. The broke dreamer checking his bank account before buying lunch. The person nobody believed in. The person working late nights on ideas that seemed impossible. That version of you feels like a different person now. And that's when you realize the biggest transformation was never financial. It was personal. Becoming a billionaire didn't change your life as much as becoming the person capable of building one. Because in the end, the real reward was never the money. It was proving that an ordinary person with an extraordinary vision could change the world.